Pebbles Kid Stories.
One cold night, Emperor Akbar and Birbal were walking on the riverbank at the palace backyard.
Birbal, it's very cold out here. Is it possible for anyone to stand in freezing water through such a night?
No, my lord. If prize is given, somebody will be ready to stand.
Well, I will give him the reward. Can you prove it to me tomorrow?
Okay, I will prove it tomorrow.
Next day, Birbal called on a poor neighbor.
Can you stand in cold water throughout the night? If so, you will be rewarded by the emperor. Are you ready?
Definitely, I will do it, sir.
The following night, the poor man actually stood in water, while the emperor posted 2 guards to watch over. Next day,
How were you able to stand in the freezing water?
My lord, light rays of a burning lamp from the palace was falling on me. So, I stood looking at it.
So, it was the warmth from the lamp that helped you to withstand the freezing water. Hence, you're not getting any reward.
but when Birbal heard what had happened, he decided that somehow the poor man had to be rewarded. Next day, Akbar was waiting for lunch to be served. But it wasn't ready. He went to the kitchen to see what was happening.
Whose stupid idea is this? How will you be able to cook if the vessel is strung 10 feet above the fire?
Why not, my lord? If a lamp from the palace can warm a person standing in freezing water somewhere in the palace backyard, why not a fire from 10 feet away from the vessel help to cook the food?
Akbar realized his mistake and rewarded the poor man.
Birbal, I have a strange wish. I want to treat 4 fools from my empire. Can you please make the needful arrangements?
Yes, my lord.
Birbal began to wonder from where could he find 4 fools for the emperor.
Hey, poor man, why are you carrying that logs on your head? You could have placed it on the donkey.
I know that. If I place it on the donkey, it will stumble down due to the heavy load.
Ah, he must be the correct person king is looking for. Let me take him to the king.
After walking for a while,
What are you searching for?
I have lost my ring. I'm searching for it.
Where did you lose it?
In my home?
Then why are you searching here?
It is dark there. Here there is light. That's why I'm searching here.
next day,
Birbal, you have brought only 2 fools. Where are the other 2?
Forgive me for telling the truth, my lord. We are the other 2 fools.
What?
My lord, with so many important things to be done for our people, you thought about fools and I searched for them. So we are the 2 other fools.
one day, Akbar in his court.
Can anybody make this line smaller without touching it?
Without touching, how can we do it? What happened to our king?
My lord, I can do that.
Come on, Birbal, make it small.
Birbal drew a bigger line next to the line drawn by the emperor.
Milord, now see, the line drawn by you has become small.
Excellent, Birbal.
One day, Akbar was cutting a mango and hurt his finger.
Ah, ouch!
Everything is for good.
What? I am in pain and you're making fun of me? Guards, put him behind the bars.
Everything is for good.
Next day, Akbar had gone for hunting and was captured by tribal people.
Go catch him. Let's sacrifice him to our god.
Don't sacrifice. Look at his finger. It's hurt. Our God will not accept the wounded one, so send him away.
What Birbal said was right.
Coming back to the palace, Akbar released Birbal.
Birbal, you said everything is for good even when you were arrested. Why?
Milord, if you had not arrested me, I would have accompanied you. The tribal people would have left you and killed me.
How true, Birbal. Birbal, I suppose all our people are honest?
We can't say that, Milord. All the people are not as honest as they were.
Is that so? How can you say that?
By tomorrow, I will prove it.
For the temple ritual, every family has to contribute 1 liter of milk in a drum placed before the palace. This is the emperor's order.
Group by group, everybody poured milk in the drum. Later, Akbar and Birbal had gone to look at the drum. There was only water.
Look at this, Milord. People thought that by adding 1 liter of water to the milk could not be noticed. That's why there is only water in the drum.
Birbal, what you have said is correct. People are not honest.
A vendor had an aggressive horse. He was on his way to a nearby village to sell the horse. And on the way, he began to relax.
Hey, don't tie a donkey. My horse is a furious one. It will kick.
This tree is not your property. I will also tie. Hey, look! Your horse has killed my donkey. First, buy me a donkey and mind your business.
In spite of warning, you tied it. So I'm not responsible.
Then I'll go to court.
Birbal heard the arguments and talked to both of them.
your horse has killed vendor's donkey. Is it true? Can't you hear? Are you dumb?
Sir, don't believe him. He's purposely acting as dumb. When I tied my donkey to the tree, he shouted, do not tie. My horse will kill your donkey, as if the tree belongs to him. Now he's acting as if he's dumb. Don't believe him, sir.
Good, he has warned you. In spite of that, you tied it to the tree, so your donkey has died. So he's not responsible. You may go now.
An old man was on his way to a nearby village and had to cross a forest. There, he met his friend.
Friend, all my savings are in this bag. When I am back, I will take it from you. Keep this.
Okay, friend. Without any worries, you carry on.
After a few days, the old man had returned and asked his friend for his savings.
Friend, will you give me back my money?
What money? You're saying something wrong.
Old man then went to Birbal, and Birbal called both of them and heard the case.
In which place did you hand over the money?
In a forest path, under a tamarind tree.
Fine, then call the tamarind tree for the witness. If it says yes, you will get back your money.
The old man was completely confused. Still, he went to call the tree as Birbal had told him. After a few hours,
It is taking so much time. Still he has not come. Well, how far is this tree?
The tree is 4 miles from here, sir.
Okay, then we'll wait for him.
few minutes later, the old man walked in.
Sir, I tried calling the tree again and again, but it is not moving.
Do not worry. The tree has already come here as a witness. If you have not taken the money, then how will you know where the tree was? Accept your fault, or else you will be punished severely.
Forgive me, sir. I will return his money by today.
Once, a Pandit who was a linguist visited Akbar's court.
Oh, learned one, I am glad to have you. Accept my hospitality and honor us by staying with us.
As you wish, my lord.
Panditji, what is your mother tongue?
My lord, I love all the languages in this world as much as my mother tongue.
Akbar, curious to know the Pandit's mother tongue, asked Birbal to help him find out.
Milord, if you want to know, I will help you. Tonight, please come with me.
When the Pandit was fast asleep, Birbal and Akbar slipped into his room and Birbal started beating him.
ఒరేయ్ ఎవరా అది?
Milord, the Pandit just shouted in Telugu, and that happens to be his mother tongue. How much ever a person learns during surprise or an accident, a person's thoughts will always come out only in his mother tongue. Panditji, forgive me for beating you.
One day, there was a case in Birbal's court.
Sir, all my money and jewels have been stolen. Somehow, only you have to help me find out.
Do you have doubt on anyone?
Yes, sir. I suspect one of the servants in my house.
Next day, Birbal called all 4 servants. and gave each one of them a stick.
This is a magic stick. I will give each one of you a magic stick. The culprit's stick will grow by half an inch. You can go now.
All four were asked to stay in separate rooms. Next day, when Birbal checked, one servant's stick was actually short by half an inch.
You are the culprit.
Please forgive me, sir. I accept my fault.
How did you find it out, sir?
Simple. This is not a magic stick or it will grow. Thinking that the stick will grow by half an inch and truth will come out, the thief has cut the stick by half an inch. So it is confirmed that he has stolen.
One day, Akbar wanted to test Birbal.
Birbal, we have the exact count of rivers, ponds, people, and everything except for birds. So, I give you the responsibility of counting the birds.
The Emperor is trying to test me. Let me see tomorrow. Yes, my lord. I will tell you tomorrow.
Next day, in the court,
Tell me, Birbal, have you finished counting the birds?
Yes, my lord. 8,000 parrots, 10,000 crows, 3,000 cranes, 412 peacocks, and 3,412 doves.
I accept your count, but if there is any difference, then be ready to face severe punishment.
Yes, my lord. But this is yesterday's count. Today, few birds might have flown out. Some birds might have flown in from other places. And few might have been born today. So, there will be a difference in the count. If you take into account all these, the count will be exact.
You have proved your intelligence again, Birbal.
Akbar and Birbal were very close. At the same time, they used to argue a lot. Often, Birbal will be expelled from the court. But within few days, Akbar will find him out and pacify him to return to the court. Similarly, Birbal was once expelled from the court.
What is this? Many days have passed, but Birbal is not to be seen. Guards, search for him in every nook and corner.
Guards searched for Birbal in vain and returned to the court. They told the emperor that they couldn't find him. On hearing this, Akbar plotted a plan.
The emperor's order. Tomorrow morning everyone should come to the palace in half light and half shadow.
People were shocked to hear this. Next day, nobody turned to the palace. Akbar, who was sitting in the palace, heard a voice.
My lord, as per your orders, I have come in half light and half shadow.
Hearing that man's voice, Akbar came out. People gathered. At the entrance, a man was standing with a cot on his head. When he saw the emperor,
My lord, I have come as per your orders.
Akbar immediately guessed everything.
Whose idea is this?
My lord, it's our Birbal who gave this idea. He's staying with me.
Emperor Akbar rewarded the man and, after pacifying Birbal, he brought him back to the court. A grand feast was arranged in the palace to celebrate the emperor's birthday. All were invited for the feast. Birbal was sitting next to Akbar. As Akbar was enjoying the delicious dish made out of brinjal,
Birbal, this brinjal curry tastes yummy, excellent. What do you say?
Yes, my lord. It's very tasty. Brinjal is always very delicious.
I'll order my cook to serve the brinjal curry every day.
Your wish, my lord. Tender brinjal taste cannot be compared with any other vegetable.
as per Emperor's order, brinjal was served every day in his lunch. But within few days, his love for brinjal was lost. After many days, there was another feast in which Birbal was invited. As usual, brinjal curry was served.
Birbal, do you find this brinjal curry tasty anymore? A lousy vegetable which we are taking every day.
Oh yes, my lord. This is the lousiest vegetable when compared to other vegetables. I would rather starve than eating it.
Akbar was astonished.
What is this? What happened to you, Birbal? In my birthday party, you praised the brinjal curry, but now you hate it.
What do I do, Majesty? I'm your servant and not brinjal's.
A merchant was on his way to Agra to sell his goods. Since he has to cross a river, so he hired a boat and loaded his goods. When the boat reached the bank, the merchant was about to unload his goods.
What do you want?
I want to take my goods to the market.
Whose goods? These are mine.
Merchant was shocked to hear this. Immediately, he went to Birbal and told him everything.
Sir, I am a merchant from other place. I came here to sell my goods. I hired a boat, and on reaching the bank, the boatman says that the goods belongs to him and took the possession of goods. Sir, only you can help me in getting back me the goods.
Birbal asked his guards to bring the boatman. Birbal cross-questioned him in many ways, but the boatman was adamant in saying that he owned the goods. Next day, Birbal and another businessman went to the riverbank in disguise. There, Birbal called the boatman and inquired about the price of the goods in the boat.
I have goods worth rupees 10,000. I can give you if you pay more than that.
You know, there are plenty of goods like these in the market. If you agree to give these goods for 5,000 rupees, I will purchase it from you tomorrow.
After arguing for some time, the boatman accepted for 5,000 rupees.
We definitely want to see the goods. Without seeing the goods, how can we pay?
The boatman showed the goods.
5,000 rupees is too much for these goods. It'll be a loss for us. We'll pay only 3,000 rupees and not more.
Okay. Pay the amount and take the goods. I have another business to do.
Both of them left the place saying that they will come next day. Birbal called the merchant when he reached his home.
I have decided to buy your goods. So tell me the exact price.
Pay me rupees 15,000. Even if you pay me 1 rupee less, it will be a loss, and I have to take back the goods.
Birbal argued as he did with the boatman and tried to bring down the price. But the merchant did not agree.
I can sell for better price if I take these goods to another city.
Next day, Birbal called both the boatman and the merchant. Even there, both argued that the goods belonged to them. Birbal became furious and asked the boatman,
You are lying. If the goods belong to you, then you would not have accepted to sell them for a lesser price. Come on, tell me the truth.
The boatman panicked. He accepted the truth. Still, he was punished with 30 whips for what he had done. Every guest who visited the Persian king now and then boasted about Birbal and his wisdom. So the king was anxious to see Birbal. He wrote a letter to Emperor Akbar. In that, he had requested Akbar to send Birbal as his guest for a week. Akbar decided to send Birbal. Birbal, with some gifts, started his journey to meet the Persian king. When Birbal arrived Persia,
Welcome to our country, Birbal. Our king is eagerly waiting to see you. Come, let's go and meet him.
both of them went to the palace. Birbal was shocked when he entered the palace. He saw 6 people who were identical sitting on identical thrones. Birbal, who has not seen the king earlier, was confused. He could not find out who is the real king. So, slowly he studied everyone. After some time, he walked straight to the person who was sitting in the middle and offered his greetings.
Oh, great king, accept my wishes. It's my pleasure meeting you.
Persian King Shah was wonderstruck and thought how he would have recognized.
Birbal, you have never seen me before this. In spite of that, how did you find out that I am the king?
Oh, Majesty, initially I was not able to identify as to who the king was. But I studied everyone. Then I noticed that everyone was watching you, but you were looking at me. So I decided that you must be the king and no one else.
Brilliant, Birbal.
Once, a music concert was held in Akbar's court. Concert was over.
Great music. You have entertained me with your excellent and sweet voice. I will grant whatever you ask for.
The singer, who was very jealous of the love and respect shown on Birbal by the emperor, said,
My lord, I don't want any gifts. Please issue an order that I should be treated in the same way as Birbal is treated.
Akbar guessed the singer's intention.
Look, you are enjoying what you deserve as a best singer. Birbal is an intellect, so he's been given the due respect for his service in the political field.
Even after explaining, the singer was not satisfied, so Akbar decided to teach him a lesson. Next day, Akbar called both Birbal and the singer.
Both of you go to a neighboring country and give this message to the king and come back. After your return, I will do as per your wish.
Birbal and the singer went to the neighboring country and handed over the message. The king who read the message was shocked. It was written that the hands of the people who brings this message has to be severed. After coming to a conclusion,
Come on, guards. I order to sever the hands of these men by tomorrow morning.
on hearing this, the singer panicked.
Don't be frightened. I will handle it. Tomorrow morning, you keep repeating that you want your hand to be severed first. I shall also keep repeating the same thing again and again. Leave the rest to me. I'll take care.
Next day in the king's court,
My lord, sever my hands first.
O king, sever my hand first.
No, please sever my hand first.
No, king. Please sever my hand first.
both of them repeated the same sentence again and again. The king was totally confused.
What is happening? You don't want to live?
It's not like that. There is a plan behind this.
A plan? What is that?
Yes, my lord. Our emperor wants to conquer your kingdom. His astrologer advised him to send 2 loyal persons, and among them, whose hand is severed first will become the king, and the other will become the minister. Later, he can rule the country. That's the reason we acted.
What? I'm not your emperor's slave to fulfill his order. I will not obey him. You both better leave my country immediately.
Birbal and the singer immediately left to their country and met Akbar.
Tell me now. I am going to issue an order to treat you equal to Birbal. Do you agree?
Sorry, my lord. Please forgive me. Birbal is a great intellect. Not only that, he is a great treasure to our country. But I am just a singer. I am in no way comparable to Birbal.
Once King Akbar wished for a strange thing. He revealed his wish to his ministers.
I want to build a palace without any base, and it should be floating. Tell me how to go about it.
Ministers were totally confused and shocked on hearing this. Akbar disclosed his wish to Birbal, who came there. Birbal will never say no to whatever Akbar says.
Milord, it's not a big deal, but it'll be very expensive and it'll take some time too.
No problem. You may start your work immediately.
Next day, Birbal ordered his servants to bring 100 parrots, which he gave to his daughter.
My child, you have to teach these parrots some lines like bring the water, bring the bricks, bring the mixture. Come on, do the work properly.
She said yes to her father, and for next few months she trained the parrots. One day, King Akbar suddenly remembered his floating palace. Immediately he called Birbal.
Tell me, Birbal, in what stage is my floating palace?
Milord, the work on the floating palace is going on in full swing.
Brilliant. That's good news. I would like to see the palace.
Sure, Milord. Let's go tomorrow.
Next day, Birbal arranged to release the trained parrots in a palace room. King Akbar, who entered the room, was surprised.
Bring the water! Bring the bricks! Bring the mixture! Come on! Bring the water! Do the work properly! Come on!
Repeating the sentences, parrots were flying here and there and across the room. Akbar was surprised on seeing what Birbal has done and asked,
What is this, Birbal? Where is my floating palace?
Milord, as the palace is being built in the air, you just can't see.
You are incomparable. You are a great intellect.
in Emperor Akbar's country, there was a very unlucky person. People believed that the whole day would be spoiled if they see his face first. So everyone was afraid of him. This news reached Akbar too.
What? An unlucky person? Bring him to the palace. Let me check.
He was called and made to stay in a room. Next day, Akbar, after his bath, straightway went to his room and saw him. After seeing him, he was about to meet the queen. At that moment, a guard who came there,
"My lord, the queen has fainted while walking in the garden."
What? An accident within a few minutes after seeing him?
King Akbar sat down for his breakfast. Suddenly, he suffered with severe stomachache and was not able to eat anything. He suffered the whole day.
All this happened because of that unlucky person. From now, no one should suffer because of him. So, who is there? Let this unlucky person be hanged tomorrow.
On hearing the king's orders, the unlucky fellow was terribly sad. But then he saw Birbal coming that side. When he saw Birbal, he hoped that he could come out of this trouble. Immediately he saluted Birbal and narrated the whole story.
Oh, do not worry. I'll help you.
Birbal whispered something to him. Next day, the unlucky person expressed his wish to meet the emperor. So, he was taken before the emperor.
My lord, for what crime you are going to hang me?
I heard about you and now it is confirmed that you are a very unlucky person. From now on, nobody should suffer because of you. That is why you are punished.
Forgive me, my lord. Since you saw me, you were not able to eat. But now, look at my plate, your highness. Yesterday I saw your face first, and today I am going to be hanged.
Emperor realized his mistake and gave him lots of wealth. He also withdrew the punishment. Emperor asked that person,
Tell me, who guided you to speak like this?
It's Birbal, who doesn't want His Majesty to commit any mistakes. He gave me this idea.
Akbar felt very proud about Birbal. Once, Akbar and Birbal together went for a walk. There,
Birbal, tell me which of these people are more in number, those who can see or the blind ones?
Of course, blind people are more in number. There's no doubt about that.
How will you justify it? Can you prove it to me?
I can. I will prove it to you tomorrow.
next day, Birbal sat before the palace with a broken cot. He was repairing it. Akbar, who came there,
Birbal, without coming to the court, what are you doing here?
Birbal, without answering the emperor, saw his assistant and signaled him. His assistant wrote down something. After the emperor, many people who came there asked Birbal what was he doing, and some asked why he was repairing the cot. Birbal's assistant noted down everything. Next day, Birbal came to the court with 2 lists.
So, Birbal, when are you going to prove your statement?
Right now, my lord.
Birbal handed over 2 lists to the emperor. One was the list of blind people and the other the list of the people who can see.
What is this, Birbal? There are many names, including my name, in the first list, and there are very few names in the second list. What game is this?
No, my lord. First one is the list of blind people who asked me as to what I was doing even after seeing me repairing the cot. That means they should be blind. The other list has the names of people who asked me as to why I was repairing the cot. Now, tell me, Your Highness, which one is greater in number?
Blind people are high in number. I accept your answer, Birbal.
Akbar loved mangoes very much. One day, best mangoes were brought from the royal garden for the emperor. Akbar was chatting with the queen in the garden.
Aha! Tasty, very tasty.
Queen was staring at the emperor as he was enjoying the mangoes. The emperor, after eating the fruits, threw the seeds by the queen's side. Birbal happened to arrive there at that moment.
Tell me, Birbal, did you notice something with the queen? Is she not a voracious eater?
The queen was so embarrassed. She felt very bad for what Akbar said. In a moment, Birbal understood the situation and said,
It's not like that, my lord. You are a more voracious eater than the queen.
How do you say that?
The queen, at least, has left the seeds. But you have eaten the mangoes along with the seeds.
Pebbles Kid Stories.